Hi, this is Fast Trasman back with another Trasman Tries, where we are today taking a look at a game that's popped up on my Twitter that looked rather interesting. Today we're going to take a look at the life and suffering of Sir Brante in the times of the fall of the blessed Arcanian Empire. And let me note that up. This is an narrative-driven RPG set in a gritty world where a person's lot is determined at birth, while the gods are will and preside over the fates of men. Set out on a lifelong journey and carve out your own destiny. Will you become a judge, an inquisitor, or conspire against the old order? You decide. What I like about this is the developers made the first two chapters available for free, almost as like a demo, because I'm of an age, I'm not old, but I'm of an age where you used to buy PC magazines. I used to buy PC Zone back in the day, and you'd get your disc on the front. It would be all your demos would be on a disc. You try a demo, and then you go out. I like the demo. I'd go out and buy the game. Now in the world of Steam and of GOG and of Epic, you get very few demos anymore. It's all early access, so you really don't get a chance to have a look at all before you have to buy the game. So, you know, thought give it a shot. It's free, so we're going to play the first few chapters. I don't know an awful lot about this. I believe it's all text-based from the character's journal. If you've watched my Suzerain playthrough, you'll get. I think it's going to be something like that, but we'll find out together. So let's continue. Well, let's go for a new game. So Flash Brante. Game mode. Chapter restarts, consequences open. So chapter restarts, so okay, we're not going to Iron Man. Consequences. You will see the consequences of your possible choices in advance. This is the recommended game mode, and you will be able to direct your character's fate the way you want. Okay. Alright then, let's go. So Flash Brante. You hold the fate of a single man in your hands. You will follow his life from birth to death. Your choices will define who Sir Brante will grow up to be. You will decide his personality, social status, and what mark he will leave on history. Every step he takes at your behest, Sir Brante's character will change and evolve. Your decisions will close some doors for him but open others. Wow. Okay. The world of Sir Brante's birth is a ruthless realm where people are divided into estates. It is hard to be a hero here. Be ready to accept that Sir Brante cannot overcome every challenge in his path. Every hard choice will test his character and his personal qualities. Often you will not be able to make the choice you would like to. It may happen because you chose a different road earlier, exhausted your hero's willpower, or haven't earned the right position in society. Every victory will be a struggle, a path paved with bitter losses and gut-wrenching failures. Accept the tragedy. This is how you will create a gripping and unique tale for your hero. What will become of Sir Brante, his loved ones and his world? It all depends on you. Ooh.
The story of my life remains written on these pages. My fate has always been my own. Every deed, every choice, and every person I met made me what I am. Could I have really taken a different path? Found a different calling? Altered the very course of history? And what price would I have to pay?
The life and suffering of Sir Brante in the times of the fall of the blessed Arcanian Empire. I'm not sure if you've heard that narrative, so what I will do in edit, I'll mess about the volume to make sure you hear the narrative you've just gone through. Your fingers are stained with ink, your breathing grows ragged, your hands are shaking, yet the words begin appearing on the page before you, one by one, clinging together to form a chronicle of your own life. Who are you? How did you reach this end? So we're writing this in, at the end of time, we're writing this in past tense. Settings. Yeah, I turned this right down, so let's do it up a little bit. Okay. Let's Just mess about with that. Okay, right. Hopefully that isn't too loud. I'm just looking at my audio mixer in OBS. Oh well, we'll see. Zoom. Okay, right. You were born, raised and lived your entire life in the blessed Arcanian Empire. In this land, a man's destiny is predetermined at the moment of his birth, whether human or Arcanian, nobleman, priest or lowman commoner, all bend to the divine will of the twin gods. Okay then, so there are two different species in this game. Ooh. Each life is naught but a single cog in the universe is an immeasurable machine. The memories come flooding back, they engulf you as merciless waves, as a merciless wave, binding together days that are thrice dead and gone. The dreams of your childhood, your adolescence, your youth spent in the capital, years of peace teeming with life and a war drenched in blood. High ranks and lowly deeds, opulent palaces, secretive city backstreets, fields of battle and faces, so many faces of people you held dear. The people who walked this road by your side. Such was your life, now all expires by erupting on the page. With every step you sought to change the world as you saw fit. The choices of your upbringing, the path you carved in your youth, the fruits of your struggle, the consequences of your sacrifice, all of it led you here to the end of your time. Now every choice had a price. Now, years and years later, the crossroads of your life echo in your memory, the pain and joy inextricably intermingled. Wow. That's a bit deep, isn't it? Could you have taken a different path, chosen a different calling, found a different place in the world? You had the power to alter the very course of history. Probably being slightly dyspraxic is probably not the best for reading stuff out loud off of a page, but oh well. Now on the verge of death, you struggle with doubt, seeking answers to the last and most crucial question of all, your life. Of all the paths in life, why did you walk this one? Did you choose your own fate, or was your life shaped by forces beyond your control? What determines a man's destiny? The man himself. Your life always been yours to live, you made your own destiny. Your path was charted for you by the people, the age and the society in which you lived. Your destiny was forged by a power greater than the will of your own. There is no destiny. Destiny does not exist. Human life is an exercise in chance. It is not governed by any laws. Ooh. This is definitely going to be like Caesar. It's definitely going to be text-based from his journal. Okay, what do we reckon? I'm thinking you make your own destiny. I think it's a combination of those two. Let's go with that one. Turn the page. You hear death's footsteps drawing near. You square your shoulders and take a deep full breath. You have found your final answer. What is destiny other than a long chain of your own actions and decisions? No matter what happened in your life, you always had a choice. You lived the life you deserved. Only you can answer for it. Wow. But are you right about this? Is it all true? To learn the truth, you'll have to return to the very beginning, remembering every step you took along the way. On these pages, a story of a man named Flash Brante. Brante will live once more. I can't remember what I did this morning. I don't know what I did when I was from the year dot. Continue. In childhood. So shall continue. Chapter 1, Childhood. Okay. Now what? Press it, okay. Childhood, where life begins. First words, first unsteady steps. You are but a small child learning about the world in which you were born. To you, everything is so new, so baffling, and so unforgiving. A long, trying life stretches before you, so many feasts and faults, so many fateful choices to come. Yet you are already sowing the seeds of your future self. You are learning to live and to survive in this world, looking for a place within to call your own. Looking for a place within it to call your own, choosing your future destiny. This is very well written. So we can go back. Okay, we can go forwards. So what are you? They're not doing anything on that for the time being. Okay, we've read this page, haven't we? Who will you grow up to be? Prologue, growing up. In chapters childhood, adolescence and youth, you will live through your hero's coming of age. You will shape the protagonist's personality, his qualities and relationship. By the end of prologue, you will determine the estate and future occupation of your hero. Only in adulthood will you start to influence the world around you, and even the ultimate fate of the Empire. Who will Flash Brante grow up to be? It's your call. The year is 1118. Childhood, where life first begins, first words, first from study steps. You are but a small child learning about the world around you for the first time. Yet it is here that you sow the seeds of your future self. Who will you grow up to be? Events in the personal life of the hero that can happen in this chapter. Fence lesson. You dare to study fencing like your father, even though you have no right to it by birth. As a small child, you suffer your first death and rebirth. Okay, conditions suffer your first death. Oh, right, okay. Right, they're the conditions we meet to achieve that. Okay. Insight. You experience an insight when your mother tells you about the ways of the world and the lots of its inhabitants. You challenge a sacred order and attempt to seize a noble lot. Okay. Your personal qualities at this age, they determine what choices you may make. So determination, your perseverance and strength of character, your ability to get your way, it affects your frame of mind and your skills when you grow up. 0 to 1 is spineless, 2 to 3 is active, 4 to 6 is resolute, 7 to 10 is adamant. Perception represents how attentive you are to other people in the world around you, your ability to comprehend and learn. It affects your frame of mind and your skills when you grow up. Okay, so we're going to inattentive, curious, inquisitive, insightful. Your inner strength and the number of lesser deaths that you have experienced, these qualities will stay with you for your entire life. Willpower, ready for action. So, your remaining inner strength and readiness for action, you spend it on difficult choices. Mind is 10 to 1 more exhausted, 0 to 9 is ready for action, 10 to 19 is full of power, 20 to 30 is ready for anything. Death, untouched by death. Okay. After suffering a lesser death, one is reborn. When one who dies a true death faces the judgment of the twin gods. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. Untouched by death. Died once, died twice, died thrice, true death. So that suggests we can die multiple occasions and not really truly die. Okay. A family. Oh, hang on. Destiny. I didn't want to do that, did I? Let's go back to the scene. Okay, untouched by death. Let's have a look at them. Let's display the scene out. I'll look at them. New sections. In this section, the section that opens in this chapter. The sections that open this chapter. Oh, here we go. I jumped ahead of myself a little bit. Destiny. The Destiny screen is now available. The personal screen is now available. The House of Brante screen is now available. The family screen is now available. Begin the chapter. Let's have a look at these first. So Destiny. Okay, nothing yet. Personality. Pretty nothing yet, really. We're lowborn. Does it all. Okay. House of Brante. The honour of your family and your position in society affects how nobility treats your family. Tarnished honour, modest. So at the moment we've got tarnished honour. Okay. The financial status of your family, the level of income and possessions. We're moderate. We're not poor, but we're not rich. Okay. Represents how close and trusting your family is. It affects the fate of your family members. We're at peace. Okay. Right, you family, let's have a look. So we've got Grigor Brante is a grandfather. Oh. The head of the Brante family and a nobleman of the mantle, a senior judge at the Anzote prefecture. He was the first person in the family to get an education and achieve a noble title. His dream is to see his family ennobled by the sword. A cruel and thirsty defender of the ancient order, he's constantly preoccupied with the arrangements for his family line. Right. Okay, let's go to his son next. Okay, let's have a look. So, he's indifferent to us. I assume that's us. A nobleman over the mantle and a judge at the Anzote prefecture. Following in the footsteps of his father, Gregor, he earned a noble title and a position in the prefecture. He works tirelessly in his judicial service for the sake of his family. He took your noble mother Lydia as his second wife, thereby jeopardising his family's noble future. Oh, let's look at this then. Stephen's birth mother, she died while giving birth to him. She is a noblewoman of the sword and the sister of Augustine Alborn, a powerful family friend. The match between her and your father was your grandfather's doing. Amelia is said to have been a striking woman with a forceful personality who was a pride of a noble origin. She had true death. Your father's first wife passed away soon after giving birth to Stephen, never to be reborn. Oh, that's a bit harsh. Oh, so that's a bit ex-wife's a bit. That's kind of like that should say deceased wife, because I thought they divorced or something. Deceased wife. Look at Stephen next then. Robert Brante's son from his first marriage and a noble by birth. From a young age, he has been striving to be first in all things and demonstrate his superiority to the family. Lydia Brante, lowborn. A humble commoner from the outskirts of Anizote, neither her lowly origins nor the fact that your grandfather directly forbade the marriage stopped your father from taking her into his home. She now manages a household and raises Robert's children. Your mother is devoted to her faith and insists that her children observe their lots. Gloria, the illegitimate daughter of your mother Lydia, she's never met her real father. Her position in the family is precarious. Robert Brante has never acknowledged her as his own daughter. Your sister is a dreamer. She often has her head in the clouds and can act recklessly at times. Oh, okay. That's a bit too harsh, isn't it? Not been a very pleasant society to live in. Well, that's me, obviously. Okay, so wow. Let's begin the chapter then, shall we? At first there was nothing, no time, no sensation, nothing but darkness and void. But then a will breathed life into nothingness. Matter and spirit were set in motion. History began its march. It was your turn to enter this world. Your first memory, you are lying on your back, blinded by a bright white light. You are not alone. Above you tower the colourful figures of those who created you. You are part of them, and they are part of you. Between you and them is an inexplicable connection, a strong, unbreakable link that will always watch over you, guard you, and protect you. It hurts to breathe. You let out the pain in the form of a desperate scream. Your creators extend their hands towards you. There are two of them, the ones who made your form for their own selves and brought you into this world. They are united, yet as I lean closer, you begin to see how different they are. You can already feel the differences within you, the struggle against each other. The first figure is soft and emphatic, wise and merciful. The love that emanates from it wraps you head to toe like an invisible blanket. The warmth from it is never ending. The second figure is strong and powerful, commanding, noble. It is harsh but fair, a beacon of guidance, a force of protection and merciless punishment for every misdeed. Yet there is also a third figure. It is like a shadow barely seen behind them, it already pulsing with an unbreakable will to live. It is the very will to live that is now growing ever stronger within you. A soft open palm, a strong closed fist, a lingering distant shadow. You struggle to loosen the swaddling clothes wrapped around you and extend a tiny hand into the world. Okay, let's go back a bit. So we've got clearly mum and dad there. So let's go. This is clearly my mother. Let's look at the family tree. This is clearly Lydia. Alright, that's clearly Robert the father. This is a third figure. Reach out to the palm. Reception is +1. Reach out to the fur. Reach out to the who's hang on a second, I'm getting confused here. If with deeds. That's a third figure. It's a shadow barely seen between them yet pulsating the will to live. Reach out to the fist. Hang on a second, right. Oh, right, a second, I understand, right. The palm would be the mother, I think. The fist would be the father, I'm assuming by that. Yeah, here we go, it says there. All I've got to do is read it. Right. You grasp the fingers you grasp the first by the fingers Sorry, let's try that again. You grasp the first of the figures by the finger. You place a tiny hand on the second figure's closed fist. You smile at the figure standing behind them. Ooh, let's do that. Who that third figure I do not know. Your first smile appears on your face, awkward but genuine. Your mother and father exchange looks and start talking. You know no words yet, so all you hear is a sequence of booming sound, but the stranger behind them has no need for words. The stranger's look is all it takes for you to feel the will to live and act that now burns within you. Okay then. The shadow brings a finger to its lips as if to say, bit of typo there, no worries. There, baby, don't cry. This is our secret now. And then the shadow melts into the light. Okay then. So we're now. Okay. Interesting. Year of birth, year 1118. Your life in this world begins. How will you live it? One year. Hide and seek. As days go by, you learn to tell your parents apart. You recognise father by his heavy breathing, strong cold hands. He visits you rarely. Robert Brante. Hello there, little Flash Brante. Your mother's tender voice, however, follows you day and night. Lydia Brante. Why you're growing so quickly, my child. There are two more children in the family named Stefan, and Gloria. Gloria sings songs to you. She often dresses you in tight clothing. She gently holds your hands as you learn to take your first steps. Stephen likes to sweep you up and pinch you and toss you into the air. Lydia Brante. This is your brother and sister. Yeah, my little brother. We're gonna play together, but I'll always be in charge, 'cause you're born a commoner. Be quiet, you. He doesn't understand yet. Come on, baby Flash, let's go and play in the yard. I'm already starting to think which way I want to go with this, if you get the option. I'm not liking this whole you're born a commoner thing. It is hot outside. You grip your brother's hand with one hand and your sister with another, as they help you walk down the giant stone steps. Then you sit on the garden and start exploring the sparse blades of grass with your fingers. It tickles. In the sky far above and away from you is a gigantic pillar, a perfectly straight stick made of light. It is so bright it hurts to look at it. Okay. Stephen Brante, why are you staring at the shining pillar? It's not going away, you know. Hey, I want to play hide and seek. He's just a little boy. How's he going to play? Then you hide with him and I'll try and find both of you. Reasonable. You have an idea what they're talking about, but you support them with happy cooing. Stephen and Gloria glance at each other, then your brother walks to a big tree, closes his eyes and starts shouting something. Gloria takes your hand and walks you through the yard. Okay. Give me a second. Ow! So I just banged my knee off my desk. Your sister takes you behind some thick bushes by a tall wall. The light from that light stick on the horizon barely reaches here. You can't see home from this place. The ground is crawling with tiny black bugs. Gloria sits you down on the ground and puts her finger to your mouth for some reason, and then she's gone. You can no longer hear Stephen's voice. Gloria is nowhere to be seen. You feel colder. The bugs are no fun to play with. You've been sitting here for a long time, completely alone. Nobody checks on you. Did they forget you? Did they abandon you? Cry loudly. That's willpower plus 10. Get up off the ground and start crawling through the bush to find your way back home. Slot pain will leave some twigs and little bugs. Okay, so with determination, what did that do? Is destiny is determined. That's not there. Let's have a look. Okay, so let's return there. So we sit and wait, and that boosts our perception, and that makes us curious. Or we boost our willpower. Which way do we want to go? Let's sit and wait. The bush is covered with leaves and swaying in the wind. You brush them away with your fingers. Twigs and branches are stiff and will not bend. They are different from the blades of grass. Down on the ground you see a group of bugs carrying a little twig. You grab it from them. They're so funny. One of the bugs starts crawling on your finger and bites it just enough to sting a little. You hear brisk steps and leaves and twigs rustling. You hear brisk steps and the leaves and twigs rustling and parting. Your mother leans over you, greet her with a happy fist and show her finger with a bug on it. So that's where they took you. Mother picks you and puts you in her chest and pats you on the head. Your brother and sister stand behind her, clearly feeling engaged. Gloria's in her tears. Stephen keeps staring at his feet. You hug your mother tightly. She's here now. Okay. Okay, we now do. The Great Dissent. Another member. You are a little child, but you can already talk and run around on your own. Today is out of the ordinary. Father is busy around the house, giving orders to the servants. Throughout the day, the kitchen has been abuzz with work, and there are solemn, gloomy preparations, and candles are being lit. Even your older brother Stephen is quiet today. Mother takes your hand and brings you to your sister Gloria. Lydia Brante. My son, today is the Great Dissent. We honour the day when the twin gods descend on us. Descend to us, rather. We will spend this day in reverence to the gods. You are too young to understand, so just do everything your sister says for now. Gloria takes you to the playroom. There are no toys, there no chairs, even the carpet has been taken away. There is nothing but a bare wooden floor. Gloria. Today we are not allowed to go to any other rooms, and will be eating nothing but gruel and stale bread. On the day of the Great Descent, everyone must be where they belong. Lovely. It is quite unusual, so muffled voices from beyond the door. All you can hear. You are sitting on the cold floor, confused with no idea what to do. Then you hear your sister's. You hear your sister's voice, a lonely sound in an empty room. It is a little song that mother taught her. You hold your breath as you listen to it. Well, yeah. When the twins come down to earth, they brought the lots for every birth. Let us count them, 1, 2, 3. The twins made them for you and me. Nobles rule and bravely fight. They protect us with their might. Priests work hard to understand, guide us by the twins' command. Common people work on toil, always patient, never spoil. Live your lot where you were born, to this day when you pass on. Know your lot and know the prayer, for the twins see everywhere. You are transfixed by this tune. Gloria notices your gaze, and a smile creeps across her face. Gloria: you like the rhyme, don't you, Flash? Do you know what it's all about? I can guess. Look, there are 3 lots. They were brought to us by the twins when they descended to us from the shining pillar. Remember the pillar of light on the horizon? That's it. You can see the shining pillar at any time, from anywhere in the world. If you follow your lot as you live, you'll reach the peak of the pillar, and if you don't, you'll get eternal torment at the foot. Lovely. You and I are low-born. Mum is a commoner too. Mum. Let's have it English, shall we? So the lot for you and me is to suffer and be patient and work hard. Understand? The priests and nobles have other lots. The nobles fight and rule over everybody. The priests, well, I'm not really sure what they do, but I guess they talk to the twins and then they teach everybody. Gloria stares at you intently. Did you get it, silly? Then she shakes her head and keeps singing the song over and over again. Her voice is transfixes you, drawing you in. The room starts to glow from the sky. The light from this light emerges 2 figures you have known ever since the moment of your birth. One of them braces your sister's shoulder, the other stands guard behind her back. You watch this happening before your very eyes and able to turn away. This is a bit supernatural. Gloria is swaying to the song, unaware of what is happening. She sings the final verses once more. Know your lot and know the prayer. You feel compelled by this divine sight to express yourself somehow. You feel the words condensing from within, condensing with you from the light. What will the words be? Finish the song properly. Sing the last word wrong. You shout the words of your own instead of the last line of the song. Yeah, let's build up, because if we look back on our personality, we've got perception of inattentive. So we build up our. Should we build up our spineless as well? Might as well. I've no idea the consequences of that, but we'll give it a shot. Let's build up our determination, shall we? Kind of build them up to go. Gloria. Know your lot and know your prayer. The lots are lies told everywhere. You shout these words, but you have no idea where they came from. The shining pair standing behind her back turn to look at you. You can feel the gaze piercing you from top to bottom. When the moment passes, they melt into the dim light coming from the window. Now Gloria is staring at you. You see the disappointment in her eyes. Oh no. Flash, that's not the way the song ends. Why did you ruin it? You shrug, quite pleased with your cleverness. Okay. Oh, I like Gloria as well. I like Gloria. Oh well. 3. You are starting to understand more and more about what the adults say. Your family is unusual, and your father is a nobleman, but not by birth. His is a title earned through great service. Your mother is a lowborn woman, a commoner. Because of this, you were born a commoner, but father says you may yet come unto nobility. You learn to read at an early age. Together with mother, you read and learn by heart many of the poems about the divine twins, the twin gods who reside upon the shining pillar. Mother calls these poems prayers. Again and again you try to discern the shapes of the gods in the strip of the holy light that shines in the sky all day and night, but the light is too blinding to gaze upon. The greatest joy of all is when the star stares are no longer an insurmountable obstacle. Now you can climb and even jump from step to step. Father urges you to be more careful, avoiding climbing too high. But even though you keep falling, you never stop being curious about the world around you. Your older brother Stephen now spends less and less time playing with Gloria and you. Praying with commoners is is beneath our noblemen to be, he says. So Gloria calls him names, and Stephen pulls her pigtails. One fine evening, Father gathers you all in the sitting room with an announcement. You will now have another little brother or sister to see him. Gloria asks him to bring home a little sister. Another brother would be too much. Stephen gets frustrated. There are too many siblings getting in his way as it is. Seeing you will be an older brother too, and it doesn't really matter who the youngest will be. A boy or a girl, you will love them the most. When Father comes back from his trips, he reads his adult books aloud for you. You find his stories of wars, generals and rebellions quite enchanting, and Father approves of your fascination. Robert Brante. Study hard, and maybe one day you'll become a nobleman of the mantle and earn your sword, but first you need to grow up. Growing up, the concept is as terrifying as it is alluring. A lot of suffering. You keep staring at the carpet under your feet. You are both ashamed and proud as it feels hard. A scratch on your head stings a little. Stephen is standing next to you, sniffling from pain. Your brother was training in the yard with a wooden sword. You wanted to play with him, but he ended up getting angry and throwing the sword at you. The stick hit you on the shoulder. You picked it up and hit him with it. Fair enough. You see your mother, she's walking to and fro on the carpet. You don't need to look up. You would rather not see her anger. She's not as gentle to you. She's not as gentle to you these days. Lydia Brante. Why did you hurt Stephen, Flash? You stammer out an explanation. He hit you first. You just hit him back. How dare you pester me like that? When I grow up, I'm going to hit you with a real sword. I don't like this fella. Mother shushes your breath and speaks to you again. Her voice is stern, and you can tell you can still feel her concern for you. Lydia Brante. Even if Stephen hits you, you cannot hit him back. You are my son, and I was born a commoner. Our lot is to suffer, but your father was born from a noble father and a noble mother. His sacrament is coming soon. Then he'll rule over the likes of us. Yeah. If you hurt a nobleman, you must be punished. That is your lot, and the sooner you learn it, the better off the entire family will be. Now Stephen looks at you in triumph. You look at your mother in fear, not sure what to do now. Accept the punishment, deny your guilt, demand an explanation. Let's look at my personality. Let's have a look. So if we go inattentive, that makes us curious. Active, that makes it get your way. Effective, frame of mind. Let's go with determination. I like there being determination. Demand an I didn't mean to do that. I pressed the wrong button. Oh well. You start asking questions. Why were you born a commoner if your father's noble? If you have a father's name, why can't you have his lot? Why can't you choose a lot for yourself if you don't like the one you have? Your mother is stunned by all the questions you are peppering her with. Don't you dare ask me questions about that, Flash. I'd rather I'm at a lot if I start explaining it to you all. I'm a commoner, not a priest. You are flogged in front of the entire family. The pain burns on your skin again and again. Tears roll down your cheeks. It feels like the push will never end. It hurts to walk when you are finally let go. You slowly climb the stairs to go to your room. You see a book, The Teachings of Isastius, Volume 2. Wow, I did press the one button and we got a light flashing. Curious. I know I've only got idea where I'm going to go with this. Obviously, when we get into the full game. Get rid of this lot system, it's barbaric. Your tears have dried now. You begin to slowly making your way through the difficult words. Every death of the body bringeth the soul ever closer to the twin's judgment, and when the body dieth a true death, the soul soareth to the shining pillar. The twin gods do judge every soul, and their judgment is stern and unforgiving. He who followeth his lot in life from birth shall melt in the bliss atop the peak of the shining pillar. Words confuse and elude you, instilling fear and awe. You will read this mysterious book and again, and as you grow up. Okay, we've got more curious. Gloria's rhymes. Mother mostly stays in her chambers now. With each passing day she grows heavier, her features get rounder. It gets difficult for her to walk, but she still smiles all the time. One day she takes your hand and puts them on her big belly. She feels a movement deep. You feel a movement deep inside her. You'll have another brother or sister soon. I get a horrible feeling this Lydia's going to die here. Gloria takes you on walks to the yard now. You explore the yard together under the evening light of the pillar. She sings songs and tells you amazing stories. Gloria. Hey Flash, do you want to hear a rhyme I wrote myself? It's even a bit about you. Don't tell anyone, okay? Writing on poems and songs is only for nobles. If Mummy hears about it, I'll get flogged. And remember how you got flogged for hitting Stephen? Our judge is my second father. In the past I had another. Mother says the twins are great. She says we should not fight our fate. Brother loves to jump around. Please don't fall down on the ground. See, I wrote a little rhyme. Please don't tell them this it is mine. Today our sister is nowhere to be seen. She promised to take you to the old pond and show you the red frogs that live there, but she has vanished. The servants join you in your search. Even Mother leaves her chambers when she hears a commotion. Finally you find Gloria in the far corner of the garden. She's holding a quill and a sheet of papers covered in poetry. Mother becomes angry the moment she sees it. She looks through the poetry and her face goes dark with rage. Gloria is standing before her, wringing her hands, looking for an opportunity to run, but there seems to be no escape. What is this nonsense, Gloria? We talked about this. You were told to take care of your little brother. You're absolutely not allowed to attend yourself with this writing. I can decide that for myself. No, you cannot. It's already been decided by the gods. And he's not my little brother anymore. He doesn't need a nanny, and I don't need time. I need time to be alone to think for myself. I'm not hurting anyone. You're a commoner and a future wife. It's your time. You learn how to properly care for your children. Had your disgraceful father kept me in his house, you could have even been born unable. But it is not our fate. You are absolutely forbidden from ever spoiling paper and wasting ink again. Mother grabs Gloria firmly by the hand and takes you both inside. She scribbles it fly into the fireplace. Gloria sobs violently. You are a bystander to the scene and sure how to act. Conditions not met. Okay. Offer to write rhymes with her. Come for your sister. Or basically, so offer to write. So I'll gain one. But let's offer to write poems with her. Mother leaves. The last of your sister's poetry burns in the fire. So you hug your sister and whisper to her, let's go to the library. You say the two of you can hide under the table and write something together. Gloria shakes her head violently. Mother said no, and there's no way she could even identify her. You assure her that will be it will be your secret. You pull Gloria to the library. She fights you, but you refuse to relent. You carefully peek inside. Your sister takes a small book from one of the shelves. You read it together under the table. It's a book of poetry about eternal love. Gloria clearly adores it. You decide to write a poem of your own. She recites a line in an ecstatic voice, and you repeat it to her and offer a rhyme of your own. She nods happily. You do this until the day ends. You've written a poem of your own and learned it by heart. Not a single line of it has been committed to paper, which means you stay true to your mother's will. Very clever. "4 years old. Mother is in an armchair knitting woolen jackets, pants and socks for the little one. The baby will need to be kept warm, she says. Father spends less time at home now. Mother says he's very busy with his important job. He's a judge after all. The winter, the coming sacrament. One day you decide to ask Mother about Stephen and Gloria and how come they're brother and sister but not siblings to each other. Well, my dear, I didn't give birth to Stephen, you see. He's a son of another mother, and Gloria's is a daughter of another father. Come on, don't knit your brow like that. You'll understand when you're older. As we know, my father is refusing to acknowledge her as a daughter. How is this even possible? You're all family, are you not? Several days later, Mother calls Stephen and Gloria to the sitting room. You sneak in after them. At first, Mother gets angry and asks you to leave, but then she relents. You are told to sit still, be quiet, and remember every word you hear. Lydia Brante. When you enter the temple, bow to the twins, first to the elder on the right, and then to the young on the left. Stephen, you are nobleman to be, so walk along the paved side with marble, where the benches are. Gloria, you walk along the sharp side. When you're there, you must get down on your knees, each on your own side. Stephen kisses her. Gloria, my daughter, will strike. They will strike you with the lash. Don't be afraid of it. Resign yourself to the suffering it brings. It is a blessing of your lot. This is barbaric. Gloria doesn't like the idea of the lash. There's a tense feeling in your chest as well. You are told to remember this. Will the lash strike you one day too? On the next day, they take your brothers to the temple. You run towards them when they finally come back. The back of Gloria's dress is soaked with blood. She's hunched a bit, sobbing quietly. Stephen is putting on airs, acting prouder than ever. Nothing else looks different about them. It all looks the same, yet everything has changed. This is barbaric. I already know exactly what I'd want to do with this. Each of them has accepted their lot. Continue. Wait a minute. Continue. Unity -1 represents how close and trusting your family is. It affects your family's fate. Disagree, we don't go with each other. I'm not surprised. The brother and sister sacrament. Your siblings, Stephen and Gloria, took their first sacrament at the temple. On the eye, you eye the little bundle in your father's eyes, curiosity. Behind the many layers of swaddling clothes, you have a newborn baby brother. Mother is glowing and smiling with joy. Stephen and Gloria are also here, all excited. You've promised yourself you're going to be the best big brother in the world. You'll never hit him home now. The two of you will play together, tease Stephen together, and help Mother together. Go on so many adventures together. It feels so strange to be an older brother. Just the other day you were the youngest of the family, but everything is different now. Your parents name your little brother Nathan, and your mother spends day and night by his side. As Nathan cries all the time, day and night, your mother barely gets any sleep. She's so worn out and starts forgetting things. Like today, for instance, she forgot her knitting in the armchair in the sitting room. You better bring it back to her as soon as possible. You went to Mother's bedroom, you miss her smile so much, you walk in without saying only to give her knitting. But instead of gratitude, you get an ice-cold, exhausted stare. Nathan is also there screaming all the time. Go away, Foster, you're bothering me. She spits his words out through her teeth. You look at the bawling newborn. She can't even get a minute of respite. Enough already. When are you going to stop? I just want some peace and quiet. Mother leaps across the room and starts shaking Steve with malice in her eyes. His cries get louder. She looks so tired from a never-ending scream. She seems to be within an inch of smashing me against the wall. Somebody has to do something. You are scared of your mother right now, but you fear for Nathan's life so much. Call Father for help. Redirect your anger to yourself. Willpower down 5. Let's go. Let's boost our determination a bit. Mother keeps shaking Nathan violently. You cannot stay away longer. He's no longer bullying. He's shrieking. Just leave me alone. But then out comes every voice so loud it drowns her out. No, it's not Nathan's fault, Mother. You're just tired. Please don't do anything to my little brother. If you have to punish somebody, punish me instead. He's too young. He won't understand. It's very brave. Your mother freezes and looks at you. Her two eyes narrow slits. Her stare is cold and full of pure wrath. So pure you cannot help but recall in fear. Are you trying to teach me how to take care of a child, or are you giving me lessons on common newborn baby, you insolent, insipid, nagging know-it-all? It's time you learned your place. She puts Nathan on the bedsheets and moves towards you. You step back, the closed door blocks your way. She slaps you across the face, your tears ringing from the heavy blow, your cheek burning in her wrath. You wince and close your eyes, expect a second slap, but nothing comes, nothing but Mother's heavy breathing and Nathan's shrill cries. There's a knock at the door. You step aside. Your father walks in. He looks at you, clutching a reddened cheek and a bawling baby at your mother. Her eyes red with rage and tears, heavy breathing, her breath heavy and ragged. Go to your room, son. I'll join you soon. You dizzy up to the back in your room. You press your aching cheek against the cold window, hurt and dazed by just what happened. Soon enough, Nathan stops crying. You hear your father's heavy footsteps in the hallway. He comes into your room and sits on the bed next to you. So please do not get angry with your mother. The twins know she wishes nobody any harm. It's a difficult time for her, but we will make it through as a family. You stepped in to protect your brother. You acted like a little nobleman today. I'm proud of you. Your mother and Nathan are resting now. How bad does it hurt? You shake your head. Not bad, but your hand still aches. Your hand still aches to your clutching cheek. Your father embraces you with a soulful smile and gingerly pats you on the head as you press your forehead into his housecoat. Things grow calm now. The trouble has passed, and you are quietly happy. Continue. Element 22. Little brother's born. Right. We've been going nearly an hour. We've been going about 45 to 50 minutes. I think I'm going to leave it here. I think I'm going to leave it here because I'm thoroughly enjoying this. It's very dark. Excellent, well written. It's really, really engaging. It's well presented. I'm going to leave this here. I think I might come back to this. But anyway, let me know. Let me know what you think, because obviously I'm playing the two free chapters that the developers have released. If you want me to turn this into a full playthrough, let me know, and I'll get the full version of the game, and we can carry on playing, or we can, if we'll demo letters, or we can just restart. But let me know what you think. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. Let me know what you think, and if you've got any more games you want me to try as part of the Tribesman Tries, let me know. I've got a couple of people that gave me a couple of suggestions already, which I'm working on. But anyway, let me know, because I'm always happy to try new things, because I try new things, I have to go for things like this. But anyway, this is Tribesman. I'm going to sign off here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what you thought about it. Let me know if you've got anything you want me to feature in Tribesman Tries, and I'll do my best. Anyway, thanks very much.